Hello everyone, I am Shaukat Hussain from Team DU Hyperledger. Our project is Relief Chain, Trust and Transparency in Relief Supply Chain. Human beings often become helpless because of global pandemic like COVID-19, increasing number of natural disasters, wars and refugee crisis, poverty, and for other reasons. During these hard times, government, non-government organizations, UN agencies, various global and local organizations come forward to assist affected people by providing humanitarian assistance. But the problem is that due to the poor management of relief programs, affected people don't get their deserved proportion of relief goods, and donors do not get the full social value for their donations. The relief distribution system typically involves multiple local and global stakeholders. Unfortunately, there is often no shared access to information, records are incomplete and unverifiable, and there is a lack of coordination and interoperability among the agencies. There is often lack of identity management for beneficiaries, lack of transparency, end-to-end traceability, and effective auditing schemes for relief goods. As a result, relief agencies incur financial losses due to corruption and embezzlement of relief goods, and the beneficiaries do not receive their full entitlement. So, how do we ensure the appropriate distribution of relief goods? The entire relief supply chain is quite complicated since the government, international organizations like World Food Program, Red Cross, and local NGOs and other smaller partner agencies might be involved. Stakeholders include relief agencies, suppliers, transport agencies, internal auditors, volunteers, and the beneficiaries. The relief aid can be food items, clothing, medical equipment, money, housing, or other materials. We propose a blockchain-based solution that provides shared access to information with the help of decentralized, immutable, verifiable shared ledger. Agencies can transfer funds and goods directly to the beneficiary accounts, reducing the cost of intermediaries and fraud. Beneficiaries can redeem the aid by biometric identification and other types of verifications. In association with the shared ledger, it provides transparency, end-to-end traceability, privacy of data, and effective auditing scheme, allowing the relief agencies to trace the funds and the relief goods from origin to beneficiaries' end. Further trust is enhanced using the smart contract-based transaction and by recording the feedback from the beneficiaries to the ledger. Blockchain can ensure transparency and trust among multiple stakeholders. To ensure trust and transparency, Relation must satisfy requirements such as shared information management, proper access control mechanism and authentication, traceability, adaptable privacy and security mechanism, automation of business contracts, enhancement of interoperability and auditability. We think blockchain, or more specifically private permission blockchain, is well suited to preserve these requirements. We have chosen Hyperledger Fabric because it provides a highly customizable private permission blockchain framework with high scalability and performance. It provides the required membership, service provider, chain codes, channels, and risk queries. Most importantly, Hyperledger Fabric is an open source technology which does not add to a total cost of ownership. In the business architecture, here we can see the relief agencies such as the government, UN agency, NGOs, suppliers, and the stakeholders like transport agencies, internal auditors, relief area admins, and the volunteers are connected to our release network. They can perform various business services, including user registration and authentication, traceability of the relief goods, relief operations auditing, information sharing and management, smart contract-based business agreement, feedback collection, and other operations through our release network. In our technical architecture, clients can communicate with both the relation network and the application server for performing their specific business operations via client applications. The Hyperledger Fabric-based relation network consists of membership service provider for user management and authentication, chain code, which is similar to smart contracts, and CodeDB is shared ledger, which supports risk query mechanisms, channels to preserve the privacy of data, and Kafka ordering service as transactions orderer. The entire Rails and platform follows the policies and the regulations by the authorities. Here you can see a sample workflow of Relation. It starts with the relief agency who requests supply for necessary relief goods from the suppliers. The supplier, upon receiving the request, tags the goods with RFID chips and QR codes and uploads info about the goods on the blockchain. Relief agency then handovers the goods to transport agency who transports them to relief area administration. Payment can be done through smart contracts or traditional banking channels. Volunteers distribute the goods to beneficiaries by authenticating them and record feedback in blockchain. Internal auditors query the system time to time for checking in compliance. Here we have shown a sample relation network setup with 3 agencies. The components of each agency are separated in 3 different colors. In a real network, there might be any number of agencies and stakeholders. The agencies form a peer-to-peer network where each agency has their associated clients, application servers, membership service providers, chain codes, shared ledger, etc. They are privately communicating with each other using separate channels. Finally, the transactions are being ordered by Kafka ordering service. Here I conclude my part. My partner Habibullah Rakib will cover the rest.
Thanks, Shaukat. Starting with governance. Our proposed religion will follow an open governance structure which will allow the users of religion to elect a team that will be responsible for making technical decisions for the blockchain platform. Onboarding and offboarding of members and organizations is handled through the membership service provider in Hyperledger Fabric. Every peer can manage their data ownership and privacy using the channels. Critical data are stored on-chain and non-critical data are stored off-chain. Inter or intra-organization business agreement is done through chain codes. Our religion system is based on the requirements of each regulatory body in the network so that it can meet up both local and international regulations. The incident and emergency management solutions are gaining traction due to the increase of the occurrence of unpredictable natural and human-made disasters over the past few years. In 2018, UN spent $20 billion for humanitarian assistance. The incident and emergency management market currently has a size of $107 billion and it is expected to grow 148.5 billion by 2014. In 2021, in Bangladesh, the total allocation for the Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief is expected to be $1.3 billion. According to ReliefWeb, there are 2,923 relief agencies who are actively working for humanitarian support. The partnership depends on which country or environment religion will operate in. As specific requirements have to be adopted according to their regulations. Our main partners include organs like the Ministry of Disaster Management and Relief, UN organizations like UNDP, WFP, WHO, NGOs like BRAC, international organizations like ICRC, Relief International, and enterprise resource planning and logistic companies. The stakeholders also include suppliers, transport agencies, and internal auditors. So far, what we know, there are some global initiatives that might be considered as our indirect competitors. For example, Building Blocks is an Ethereum-based project by World Food Programme that facilitates efficient cash transfer to the refugee victims. Chikka from Nepal Innovation Lab transfers assets digitally to vulnerable communities, and 8coin enables cryptocurrency-based fundraising. However, these projects mainly work in cash-based transfer, and it doesn't provide facility for other relief goods, and it doesn't make the agencies collaborate on a single network to improve cooperation. This is where religion is different from them. By examining audit reports of local and international relief agencies, we found that the administrative cost of a relief program is typically 10 to 20% of the total relief program budget. We make a fair assumption that a relief agency can save up to 20% of its administrative costs using our solution. For generating revenue, we charge them a percentage, for example, 40 to 50% of what they save of the administrative cost. By calculating the cost to develop and maintain our solution and making assumptions on the number of relief agencies to use our solution, average budget of a relief program, and other things, we get the following chart. As you can see, in the first 2 years, we make up our development cost, and then from year 3, we start making profits, and it increases gradually with revenue. We mainly target the government to use our solution. Then any local or global agency who provides a fair amount of relief can use our solution. It can further be used in other scenarios like the supply chain of enterprise resource planning and logistic companies. Our risks include substantial development, deployment, and management cost of religion may increase due to on-premise deployment of private blockchain platform. Also, it can increase time to go live and make the system operational. Also, at the beginning, partners might be reluctant to pay for the initial investment, and it may result in longer time to market the solution. That concludes our presentation. Thank you all for watching.